Your cat gives you compliments every single day, but do you actually know what they mean? Yes, you know your cat loves you. Everyone knows that, in theory. But the deepest compliments a cat can give are so subtle, so quiet, so easy to miss in the middle of an ordinary afternoon, that most owners go years, sometimes an entire lifetime with their cat, without ever noticing them. Here's what makes this worse. These aren't generic cat behaviours that any cat does for any human who feeds them. These are things a cat will only do for someone they truly trust, someone they've decided, in their own quiet feline way, is family. And here's the part that should really make you pay attention. If you overlook them, which most owners do, your cat may quietly stop offering them altogether. Not out of spite. Cats don't really do spite. But because a compliment nobody notices eventually stops feeling worth giving. So today we're going through 8 of these signals, in ascending order, building all the way up to the rarest, most vulnerable one of all. The one that flips everything you thought you knew about cat affection on its head. Stick with this one to the end, because the last compliment isn't something your cat does at all. It's something they stop doing, and once you understand why, you will never look at your cat the same way again. Let's start with one that almost nobody recognises. 1. That funny little chirp they save just for you ever notice, that weird little sound your cat makes the second you walk in the door. Not a meow, not a purr, not a yowl demanding dinner. It's that short, chirpy, almost bird-like trill that bubbles up out of them before they've even finished crossing the room to reach you. Here's the thing most people never realise, that sound is not random, and your cat is not making it at just anyone who walks through the door. A delivery driver doesn't get the trill. A stranger petting them at the vet doesn't get the trill. This sound is reserved, and reserved sounds are exactly the kind of thing worth paying attention to. The trill is a closed mouth sound, and cats learn it in the nursery, long before they ever meet you. A mother cat uses it to call her kittens, to say, in essence, follow me. Come here. You're safe with me. Stay close. It's one of the very first forms of communication a cat ever learns, wired in before they can even walk steadily. So when your fully grown adult cat aims that exact same sound at you, they are not just being chatty or noisy, they are reaching back into the oldest, most intimate vocabulary they own, the one built for family, the one built for the individual responsible for their safety. In that moment you've been quietly promoted to kitten status, and honestly, in the cat's world, there is no higher compliment available. Here's what makes it even more special when you compare it to other cat sounds. The meow, as much as we love it, is largely a sound cats invented for humans specifically. Kittens meow at their mothers, but adult cats in the wild barely meow at each other at all. It's mostly a tool they built just to manage us. A request. Sometimes even a small demand. Feed me. Open the door. Pay attention to me right now. The trill is different. It's older, it's softer, it's warmer, and most importantly, it asks for nothing. It's a greeting, not a request. When your cat trills at you, they don't want food, they don't want the door opened. They don't want anything except your company in that exact second. That's it. That's the whole message. Oh, it's you. Good, now hold on to this idea. The idea of sounds and signals your cat actively chooses to give you. Because the final compliment in this list flips that concept completely inside out. The rarest one on this list isn't something they do toward you at all. It's something they only ever stop doing once they trust you all the way down to the floor. 2. When they bonk their head into you so, why does your cat walk straight up to you and knock their head into you, like a tiny, furry, slightly clumsy battering ram? It feels affectionate. Sure, everyone assumes that much. But the real reason behind it is stranger, more deliberate, and far more flattering than just a casual "I like you." That move has a name. It's called bunting, and it has almost nothing to do with affection in the way we usually think about affection. It's about scent, and scent, to a cat, is identity. Cats have scent glands packed densely around their face, their cheeks, their chin, the corners of their mouth, along the forehead and the base of the ears. When they rub or bonk those specific spots against you, they are physically depositing their personal scent onto your skin and clothes. In cat language, that is not a random little nuzzle. That is labelling. They are quite literally marking you as theirs, the same way they'd mark a favourite door frame or a chair leg, except this version is reserved for things. And people. They care about keeping close. Here's where it gets genuinely fascinating. Cats use these facial scent deposits to build what animal behaviourists describe as a group scent, a shared communal smell that tells every cat in the household, and the cat doing the bunting, exactly who belongs and who doesn't. Your cat is actively blending their scent with yours, so that you start to carry the family signature. To their nose, the two of you now smell like one unit, one colony, one team. Think about what that actually means for your relationship. You're not the big, strange, towering human who happens to control the food anymore. You've been folded into the colony. You've been formally inducted, scent and all, whether you notice the ceremony or not. And notice, deliberately, which parts of you they choose. Out of every surface in your entire house, every wall corner, every table leg, every doorway, they chose your face, your hands, your legs while you're standing in the kitchen, the back of your hand while you're scrolling on the couch. The head bonk is not an accident of where they happen to be standing. It is targeted. It is a cat saying, in the clearest language available to them, "You matter enough to wear my name." So the next time they headbutt you mid-scroll on your phone, completely uninvited, understand what's actually happening. You're not being interrupted. You're being claimed. And hey, if your cat just earned a few more points in your heart with that one, go ahead and like and subscribe so we can share this with every cat owner out there who deserves to finally recognise the love their cat has been quietly showing them all along. 3. When they lick your hair, your hand or your arm, has your cat ever started licking your hair, your fingers, the back of your hand? Or your arm with that distinctive raspy sandpaper textured tongue? Most people laugh it off as a funny little quirk, a strange habit, nothing more. But what's actually happening underneath that small scratchy gesture is one of the most intimate things a cat is capable of offering another living creature. This behaviour is called allogrooming, which simply means social grooming, one animal grooming another rather than just grooming itself. And here's the key detail that changes everything. Cats are incredibly, almost obsessively selective about who gets this treatment. Out in a colony setting, cats do not groom whoever happens to be sitting nearby. They groom the cats they are genuinely bonded to, their actual family, their closest companions, the trusted few who've earned a permanent place inside their inner circle. Grooming someone requires lowering your guard, getting physically close to a face and a mouth that in different circumstances could just as easily be a weapon. So cats reserve this act specifically for relationships that genuinely matter to them, and for no one else. So when that little sandpaper tongue lands on you, your cat isn't simply cleaning you the way you might clean a smudge off a counter. They are treating you the exact same way a mother treats her kittens, the exact same way two deeply bonded cats treat each other in a multi-cat household. They are saying, without a single sound, "You're mine to take care of." There's also a familiar scent layer running underneath this one, just like the head bonk before it. With every lick, they're weaving their scent into yours, reinforcing that same family bond, stitch by stitch, lick by lick. And here's the detail that really gets people once they stop and think about it. Your cat has zero practical reason to groom you. You are enormous compared to them. You don't have fur to speak of, certainly nothing that needs detangling, and you very clearly already handle your own bathing without their help. They do this purely, entirely, because somewhere in their instinctive understanding of the world, that is simply what you do for the ones you love. It's affection with absolutely zero agenda attached, offered for no reason other than the reason itself. 4. The tail that shoots straight up the moment you arrive. What's the very first thing your cat's tail does the second you walk into the room? Most people have honestly never paid close enough attention to notice. But watch it sometime, really watch it, and you'll catch something your cat genuinely cannot fake. If that tail springs straight up into the air the instant they see you, often with a little hook or curl at the very tip, almost like a question mark drawn in fur, you are witnessing one of the most reliable, honest signals a cat is capable of producing. A cat's tail is one of the most truthful parts of their entire body, and the upright tail has a real, traceable origin story. Tiny kittens raise their tails straight up to greet their mother as she approaches, partly so she can quickly check them over, sniff underneath, confirm everyone's accounted for and safe. Cats carry that exact instinct forward into adulthood, repurposing it as a friendly, confident hello aimed at whoever they trust. Researchers who study feline behaviour consistently point to the upright tail as one of the single clearest, most unambiguous signals of a relaxed, positive approach. So when that tail shoots up specifically for you, your cat is telling you, in a language they cannot fake or perform on command, that they feel genuinely safe and genuinely happy that you've arrived. Now compare that posture to its opposites. A low, dragging tail. A puffed up, bristling tail. A tail tucked tightly underneath the body. Every one of those carries tension, fear, or wariness. The straight-up tail sits at the complete opposite end of that spectrum, its openness in physical form. It is a cat walking toward you with absolutely nothing on guard, nothing held back, nothing braced for trouble. Here's why this particular signal matters so much more than people realise. Your cat isn't consciously deciding to perform this for you the way they might decide to meow for food. It's an automatic, almost reflexive readout of exactly how they feel about you in that instant, with no filter and no performance involved. They could just as easily ignore you. They could stay curled up exactly where they are. Nothing requires them to react at all. But that tail popping straight up the second you appear is an involuntary little flag, raised without permission from the thinking part of their brain that says simply, "Oh good, it's you." And on the cats who add that fast little quiver or vibration to the tip, that's them turning the volume all the way up on that exact same happy greeting, an exclamation point on an already enthusiastic hello. 5. They follow you into the bathroom. Of all places, why does your cat get up off a perfectly comfortable spot, walk across the house, and trail after you into the bathroom specifically? You've got an entire home full of rooms, and somehow they've decided this particular room, this exact moment, requires their personal supervision. It's funny. It's a little ridiculous if you really think about it. And it's secretly one of the most quietly revealing things they do all day. Following you from room to room is what behaviourists call proximity seeking, and proximity seeking sits right at the heart of what attachment actually is, in cats just as much as in humans. There is genuine research showing that many cats form what looks remarkably similar to a secure attachment bond with their person. The same broad category of bond researchers study in infants and in dogs, where the trusted figure functions as a reliable source of safety in an otherwise unpredictable world. A cat shadowing you from room to room is choosing closeness purely for its own sake, not because of food, not because of a warm lap waiting somewhere, just you, nearby, within sight, within reach. And the bathroom is the perfect, almost laboratory clean test case for this, because there is truly nothing in it for them. No food bowl, no favourite toy, no sunny windowsill. The only thing on offer in that small tiled room is your presence, full stop. And yet they come anyway, often plopping straight down on the bath mat to wait it out, simply because being near you is the entire point of the exercise. This one matters, because we tend to read a cat's love as fundamentally conditional, as though they only show up when there's something in it for them, some treat or task connected to the appearance. Proximity seeking quietly, patiently proves the exact opposite. They want your company specifically in situations where there is zero payoff for showing up. That is not a cat using you for something. That is a cat who simply, genuinely feels better existing inside your orbit, payoff or not. 6. The slow blink. The closest thing a cat has to a kiss hears is one that happens in complete silence, often without you even realizing it's a deliberate signal at all. Your cat looks at you from across the room, holds your gaze for a second, and then slowly, deliberately closes their eyes, almost lazily, before opening them again to look back at you. That's not your cat getting sleepy mid-stare. That's one of the clearest, most studied trust signals in the entire feline behavioural catalogue, and researchers have actually tested this one directly. In controlled studies, cats were more likely to slow blink back at a human who slow blinked at them first, and those same cats were measurably more likely to approach that person afterward, compared to a person who simply sat there with a neutral expression. To understand why this matters so much, think about what eye contact normally means in the animal world. A hard, sustained stare is a threat signal almost everywhere in nature. Predator to prey, rival to rival. Cats are no exception. Holding eye contact with another cat, unbroken, is confrontational. So when a cat looks straight at you and then voluntarily closes their eyes, even briefly, in your direct line of sight, they are doing something that should sound familiar by now. They are dropping their guard on purpose, right in front of you, betting that nothing bad will happen while their eyes are shut. Some behaviourists describe this as the closest thing a cat has to a kiss, and the comparison genuinely holds up. It's brief, it's soft, it costs them something even if only for half a second, and they offer it anyway. The next time your cat catches your eye and slow blinks at you from across the room, try blinking slowly right back. More often than not, you'll get a second slow blink in return, a tiny, silent conversation that says everything it needs to say without a single sound. 7. Kneading you like a tiny, determined baker that rhythmic, alternating push-push your cat does with their front paws against your lap, your stomach, or a blanket, sometimes accompanied by a deep rumbling purr and a faraway, half-closed look in their eyes, has a name almost everyone has heard: kneading, or, more affectionately, making biscuits. The behaviour actually starts in kittenhood, and its original purpose is wonderfully specific. Newborn kittens knead against their mother's belly while nursing, a motion that physically stimulates milk flow. It's hardwired in from day one, tied directly to the single safest, most nourishing experience of their entire early life, pressed up against their mother. Fed, warm, and completely secure. Most cats are weaned within a couple of months and have absolutely no biological need to need anything ever again. And yet plenty of adult cats keep doing it for their entire lives, often most enthusiastically right before settling in to nap on a favourite person. That's the detail worth sitting with. They're not doing this because some instinct is forcing their paws to move. They're doing it because, in their nervous system, kneading and total comfort have become permanently fused together since they were a few weeks old. When an adult cat needs you, they are, in a very real sense, treating you the way they once treated their mother, as the source of warmth and safety worth settling into completely. It's also worth noticing what almost always comes packaged alongside the kneading. The purring. The slow, heavy-lidded blinking. The gentle, gradual collapse into a curled-up position right on top of you. Kneading rarely shows up alone. It shows up as part of a whole cluster of "I feel completely safe right now" signals, all firing at once, all aimed squarely at you. 8. When they fall asleep on your chest, remember what I told you to hold on to, all the way back at the very beginning. Here it is. The deepest compliment your cat can ever give you isn't something they actively do at all. It's something they only allow to happen once they trust you completely, without reservation, without a single backup plan. It's the moment they climb up, settle onto your chest, and fall into real, deep, defenseless sleep. Think carefully about what sleep actually means for a creature built like a cat. In the wild, a sleeping animal is, by definition, a defenseless animal. Eyes closed. Reactions slowed to a crawl. Hearing dulled. Completely, totally off guard against anything that might approach. And cats occupy a strange dual position in the natural world. They are predators, yes, but they are also prey to plenty of larger animals, and that prey wiring never fully switches off, no matter how many generations removed they are from truly needing it. Deep, vulnerable sleep is the single most exposed state a cat can ever put itself into. So where, and on whom, a cat chooses to do this is everything. It is the whole story. When your cat climbs onto your chest, tucks their paws underneath themselves or stretches out long, and sinks all the way down into real, deep sleep, not a wary half-doze with one eye cracked, but actual, total sleep, they are handing you their guard, completely, with nothing held in reserve. They are saying, as clearly as a cat is capable of saying anything, I trust you so completely that I will be entirely helpless here, and I know, without a single doubt, that nothing bad will happen to me while I am. Watch for the details that confirm it. The belly going soft and fully exposed instead of curled protectively inward. The breathing slowing into that deep, even rhythm. Maybe a paw stretched loosely across your arm or chest. Maybe the very tip of the tail giving one last lazy twitch before going completely still. You are looking, in that exact moment, at total surrender. This is the compliment that flips the entire list inside out. The chirp was them actively reaching out toward you. The head bonk, the grooming, the upright tail, the trailing after you from room to room, the slow blink, the kneading. Every single one of those is something your cat actively does, on purpose, to show you affection. But this last one runs in the opposite direction entirely. It is everything they consciously stop doing. They stop watching the doorway. They stop guarding their belly. They stop being the small, wary little survivor that millions of years of evolution built them to be. And they just rest. Completely. Because somewhere along the way, without any ceremony or announcement, you became the safest place they know. So look back over this whole list. The chirp reserved only for family. The scent they chose to share with you out of every surface in the house. The grooming they have no practical reason to give you at all. The tail that answers honestly even when they'd rather it didn't. The bathroom door they push open just to be near you for nothing in return. The slow blink they're willing to risk, even for half a second. The pause that still remember exactly how safety used to feel. And finally, the sleep they're only willing to surrender to in front of you. None of that is random. None of that is owed to you simply because you fill the food bowl twice a day. Every single item on this list is something your cat had to learn to feel safe enough to give, and something they are, quietly, every single day, still choosing to give you. If even one of these looked familiar just now, you already know exactly what it means, even if you never had the words for it before today. If this helped you finally see what your cat has been telling you all along, go ahead and like this video, subscribe for more, and share it with someone whose cat deserves to be understood a little better too. Thanks for watching, and give your cat a little extra appreciation tonight, because in their own quiet way, they've already been giving it to you.